The the ugly head that is black supremacy reveals itself again. A certain faggot named Gazi Kodzo. I don't know, just some. You can't. Sometimes you can't even tell is that a man or woman. Fuck, I don't know. Basically, after the horrendous attack on a mentally a special needs white person by four obviously Black Lives Matter black teenagers, this fucking cunt got Gazi Kodzo. I'll just say Kodzo or whatever. Got this white guy, this white guild cuck. This guy's obviously a cuck. And basically, all just went out in defense of the black, like they had a right to do so just because slavery existed. What? And this guy, this white guy behind him, maybe her, behind him, is like basically just defending, just feeding that black victimhood. And this fucking idiot Kodzo is acting like, because black people were slaves, yeah, we can do that. It's called acting like this idiot acts like slavery still happening today. Let me tell you something, bitch. No white person in this country that's alive has ever owned slaves. I don't own slaves. My family didn't own slaves. We were poor Irish immigrants. And by the way, you never talk about the Irish, the white slaves. Black people weren't the only slaves. Black people weren't the only slaves, you fucking idiot. Your people were oppressed for 450 years. My people were oppressed for 800 years. 800. And in some cases, from a political point of view, they still are over in the old country in a place called Northern Ireland. The Brits have been in my ancestors' country for 800 years and they still won't leave. You have the nerve to go on camera, get some white guilt cuck, and defend these people who tortured a special needs person who has done nothing wrong against black people and torture him for 48 hours. That takes some balls. And also you're a communist. You, oh, this, I hate Trump, but this is the only time I've ever wished that Lee Harvey Oswald was still alive. He'd be old as fuck, he was born in 1939, but still I would be like, hey Oswald, I need you to do something for me. I'm kidding. I shouldn't say that. I'm sorry. I'm just so furious. I can't even speak right. This black supremacist. Yes, he is a black supremacist faggot. Always talking about how this idiot. Yeah, this idiot. That's how I feel right now. I want to. Yeah, it's a pellet gun. Get over it. And talking about Afghanistan, like acting like we went over there raping and cutting people's heads off. No, one guy didn't rape and cut people's heads off. He went nuts and killed 12 people. One incident. We went over to Afghanistan at the time in 2000. At the time we went in 2001 was controlled by the Taliban, who had harbored the 9/11 terrorists. That war was justified. Taliban were terrorists. That was a terrorist regime. You know what's worse than terrorists? A country run by terrorists. A terrorist government. They harbored Osama bin Laden and the 9/11 hijackers. We had to take down the Taliban before they did something else like that. Before they I don't know, gathered planes and crossed all the way the Atlantic and did something like that again, or attacked our ships like they did in 2000 against USS Cole, my first name. Yeah, they attacked my ship. I was 7, by the way. I was 7 years old when the USS Cole was bombed. This person just hates white people, just hates them. He hates us because of something that happened in the past. Slavery is illegal. Have you ever heard of the 13th Amendment? Andrew Johnson freed the slaves. But yeah, they say Lincoln freed slaves through violence. Andrew Johnson freed the slaves when he signed, okay, the 13th Amendment, slavery is hereby illegal. Fuck you, Gazi Kodzo. Fuck you. If you hate America so much, go to Africa. Yeah, go there. There will be lots of rape. And also, those are the kind of countries where there's I can't remember what country it was, but recently there was a country where there was a guy that was elected president, but the current president was like, no, I shall remain in power. That is my African accent. No, I shall remain in power. I refuse to release power. And there are still dictators there. There are kings there. People who violate human rights like it's nothing. Go to Africa and you'll be like, America, could you please take me back? I love white people. They're okay. These brothers here, they're torturing me simply for speaking out against the president. In America, you cannot be tortured for insulting or questioning the president. There, you can. They will torture you. In fact, they will execute you for it. In this country, black people, they fight each other because of people like you. You brainwash them into thinking that all white people are out to get you, that blacks don't have a chance, that the only way you can make money for your family is to commit crime. And also because humans are violent. And white people, we fight each other all the time. Do you know how many fights I got into in school? You know, every time I'd come with a snappy comeback, they could dish it, but they couldn't handle it, so they attacked me. Not all white people are to blame I'm thinking this person had a shitty childhood, and instead of either blaming his parents or just finding or blaming himself, because sometimes it's our fault for our for our shitty deal. Sometimes we have to take responsibility, but no, this person can't blame himself for his family, can't take responsibility, so he just blames white people. Or, excuse me, he looks at the past. Black people were slaves, and so he says, "Oh, white people are the same. Slavery still exists." There's slavery in Nigeria. Why don't you address that? Slavery is illegal. Black people aren't oppressed. I know he's going to be gone tomorrow, but for the last 8 years, there has been a black man as president who I would have voted for had I not been hungover in 2012. I was too young to vote in 2008, and I was hungover. Besides, I knew he was going to win anyway. I'm sorry. Kodzo, regarding my Lee Harvey Oswald, I don't think you should die. I think you should be punched in the face, and along with that white cuck, the guy who was just feeding this white victimhood. We are not working off the backs of black people. I'm not going to call you African Americans. If you're going to call me white instead of European or Irish American, then you're black. I say black folks sometimes. You say, yeah, I got no problem with black folks. I'll be saying that when I'm old, if I live that long. Sometimes I think the rapture will be here soon, or nuclear holocaust. Point is, not all white people are the same. Black people are not oppressed in this country. The whole black shooting thing, yeah, it's out of control. But you know that blacks have a tendency to commit crime because they have this victimhood complex that white people are out to get them. That they got no chance. They might, and half of them had weapons and they wouldn't put them down, or they were acting threatening. Yeah, there might have. Yeah, there was at least one case where a guy was running and he was shot by a cop. Maybe it wasn't because it was a white on black thing. Maybe it was just a cop on a power trip thing. And you never talk about when black cops shoot black people, or when black cops kill white folks, like that time in Texas where a black cop actually strangled a kid to death while he was cuffed on the floor, and he came in that building, looking for police help. He was freaking out. I don't know what happened, but I do remember this guy made a video about with with security recording of black cop surrounded by other cops strangling to death a boy from Texas or in Texas. You never talk about that. All you talk about is white people do this, white people that. No, no, no. I hate you. Not because you're black, but because you are a fucking black supremacist. We need to get rid of all the supremacists. If you don't like America, if you don't like white people, go to Africa. I want to go to Ireland. Not because I hate America, but it's just I want to see where my ancestors come from. Just be like, stop beneath the wall, look. Oh, look. Oh, there's the president. Michael Higgins. Mr. President Michael Higgins. That's the president of Ireland at the moment. Go fuck yourself, Kodzo. Fuck you. And your your hatred of white people. And fuck that black guy. He's your slave. No, no, no act of slavery in the past justifies what those four people did. That guy was a special needs kid, and he had nothing to do with slavery. He had never oppressed a black person. He was just an innocent guy who was tortured by people who were mad because Trump won and they hated white people. Fuck you. Yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna go to work before I have an aneurysm. Despite this raging rant, please, people, stay positive. Don't kill yourselves tomorrow. Get hammered, but don't kill yourselves. And please, for the love of God, don't kill Trump, because we'll be left with a homophobic Pence. He thinks that electroshock therapy works at turning gay people straight. So please, people, pray. Just pray for deliverance. And if you don't believe in God, well, I don't know what to tell you. Just stay positive. Trust in God. Trust in the Force. May God and the Force be with you.